to tell you right now. Okay? Now put yourself in this position. Okay? You have a brother. Your brother name is Tom. Your name is Dave. You had a mother. Your mother gave birth to two brothers. One named Tom, one named Dave. Tom went out. Tom shot somebody. Tom was a straight devil. Tom was a straight, he beat people in the head. Tom did robbed everybody. Tom went out there and made everybody poor while he was rich. Tom went out there and did everything he could do wrong to the people. Tom came in the house and gave mom a hug. Tom shook your hand. You and Tom walked out the house together. You don't think everybody's going to blame you and Tom for what happened because they look at the morality of the two individuals related to each other that walked out? Do you think that? You better think that. You better understand that. I'm going to say that again. Just because you related to Tom and you looked at Tom and your heart was genuinely like, yo, why would you do that to the people? Why would you do that to them? Why would you treat the people like that? Huh? What's wrong with you? And Tom looks and says, let me tell you something, because I can. And he walk away. Unfortunately, you and Tom look so alike. When people go outside, they're going to look at you and go, there go Tom. Or there goes somebody that's related to him. I think that's his brother. Beat him up anyway. Just because he is with his brother. He may not have nothing to do with the crime. He wasn't at the time. But the bottom line was they said, you are racist. You're of his brother, you're his kin, and you are of his mother. So you must have the same morality. And you're like, wait. Well, here's your chance to let the people know how much you don't have the morality of Tom. This is where you can say, yo, I might be white. I know I'm white. I know I'm going to get a lot of problems and all that, but I don't promote that shit. I don't promote that either. I do not promote hating no black people just because of their race. I not only don't promote that, but I'm promoting what's going to help them. I don't promote that. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, that's wrong. And I'm not going to sit there and say, yo, man, that was terrible and not help them get progress. Why would I do that? Why would I let someone lay on the floor I knew my brother stabbed, and I'm going to sit there and watch him lay on the floor and go, well, I didn't do it. Why would I do that? I'm going to help that man up because he's still a man no matter what. And I'm sitting there saying he's a man. This is in my heart. If I sit there and watch and see him bleed to death, that I'm guilty of the same crime that my brother used to stab him, just because I didn't have enough willpower in my heart and I didn't have enough strength in my heart to say and pick that man up. Well, that's a representation or an analogy of not being behind us when we say we about to change the policy and we about to change the system to recognize we as humans, we as human beings, not black. We don't want equal rights. What the hell is equal rights? I don't want equal rights because I don't even know how they're going to treat you. So how I know they're going to treat me? Why would I want to be treated equal? There is nothing specifically broke down about being treated a certain way. So why would I want to be treated equal? Like, no, I don't want to be treated no way. This is the way you're supposed to treat people. And then I'll sign my name at the end. But that's how you're supposed to treat people. I'm not going to I don't need to give a description. I don't need to say we want to be treated equal as whites, or we want to be treated as any of that stuff, because they don't break down how to treat a human when it comes to human rights, or when it comes to the Emancipation Proclamation, when it comes to the civil. They don't break down none of that. They give you the word citizen. They give you the word citizen. Really? Citizen? So you ain't going to acknowledge none of those Spanish or any of those Mexican brothers that may not have their thing together all the way based upon your devilish ass system, so they can't consider themselves a citizen? You going to do that? And now because all the citizens, what the hell is a citizen? What are you talking about? If I'm in a social society, how you going to give me social security? What are you talking about? This is where we change. Now, I know I get a little riled up sometimes, and I know I get a little calm sometimes, but that's because the wind blows on some days and give you tornadoes on the other. Some days it is so calm and relaxing you can sit back and let your beast chair fall. Accept that this is the way of the earth, and I'm in tune with the earth. So I move that way. Right? Now we was talking about some of those economics. Well, what are some of those economics? The major insurance companies, right? Right? The major insurance companies. Oh, so wow. Insurance company. You know how much insurance companies get and how much insurance companies make? And then you say, well, how do they make that much money? Let me tell you something. It takes 5 seconds for the feds to print a dollar bill up on their machine. Okay? There is not a limited amount of cash anywhere. Cash is unlimited. All you need to do is make up the business to get the cash. Cash is unlimited. As long as that machine can press up that ink and go ink, ink, cash is unlimited. There is no limit to a printer that can print out a face. That's like saying, yo, you took a picture, Buck, but I can only, take, but I'm limited to 15 pictures. That's all I could take. You could take as many pictures and print as many pictures as that Hewlett Packard could tell you until you run out of paper. Then you go get the paper. But if I make the paper, how am I run out? Understand that the next part is the dictation of taxes. They're going to dictate. Who dictate the taxes? Who come up with that? Who is the person? We understand. This goes back to the dawn of time. There was always a tax on a village, a culture, a community, kingdom, queendom, Egypt, Africa. Everywhere there was always a tax. But there's a method to tax. A tax is meant for everybody to add their little collection to the plate to make sure that where they live at is taken care of. That's what a tax is meant to be done. That's how taxes are meant to be used. Hey, yo, son, you give me 5, you give me 5, you give me 5, you give me 5, you give me 5. All right, boom. We got $100 in the pot. Just in case we ever need XYZ, we got money, and you know what I'm saying? We taking care of that. And John, the street broke. Damn, well, I don't want your mom to fall and hurt herself. Yo, let's go into taxes money and make sure that we got good streets. That's what tax money is for. But we don't dictate the tax. We don't regulate the tax. We don't talk about the tax, nor do we even go into breaking it down and saying we want a whole new tax system. We fear everything like the Army and the Marines and the Navy is going to come get us. We fear other things like the CIA going to pluck us all off. But those days are over. You can obviously see that. And then what happens? What happens when a man who works for the Army, he works for the military, but he's a man. What happens when that man put on that uniform and go to work knowing that his family is in jeopardy? Who do he work for? Who do he go and represent? His family or the devil that's sending him? Would he know that there's no stability to even if he pops somebody? He either can shoot or get shot, but his family ain't going to get taken care of. Who do you think he goes to work for? When you threaten the fact that if anything he does wrong, he's going to suffer from the money aspect to the living aspect. And not him, his whole family. Who you think is going to happen? And what I mean by that, ain't nobody going to come threaten your wife or nothing like that. Nobody's going to threaten anything like this. But when you lose your job because you can't do this anymore, then you do threaten them because now you can't bring home the 1,000 out of the 2,000 to take to pay the rent. So now the weight is on her. How long can she take the weight? Eventually, y'all going to get into a problem And it's going to break down and break down and break down and break down and break down. So when you break a man down, you break a man down through the food that he eat and the food that he support. That's how you break a man down. You want to break down the devil, you stop feeding it the fuel. It's that simple. That's common knowledge. That's common knowledge. Anybody got anything to say? Add on, bring it on. I want to hear you because you see me. I want to write it down. I want to put all this down and say, yo, such and such said something, such and such said something, such and such. I want to add all that down because at the end of the day, what I feel like is that I'm sitting here and I got my own black businesses and I got everything everybody asking for, but we just got this big problem. On one side, I'm trying to get more right now, right this moment, ladies and gentlemen. I know half y'all ain't gonna know what I'm talking about. You're not even gonna understand nothing I'm saying. Some of y'all is like, I know what you're gonna do. Right now, I joined with a coalition. Right before all this, it was what? Damn, coronavirus got played out. God damn, what happened to coronavirus? It's still around. I looked at the list. It even got higher. It got higher because of all those riots. It got higher. People out there with no mask, no protection, no gloves, no nothing. I watched it. Now, what do you think? How do you think I feel as a black man with his own coalition of people called the United Fight Against Coronavirus.com? United Fight Against Corona.com. Some of y'all already know what y'all went on. It's basically a company that is dedicated to making personal protective equipment. It's made to make personal protection equipment, but it's made for the companies that y'all work for. It's made for some of these big corporations that want to put your life in jeopardy, want you to find your own mask and make your own mask and go out there and wear a sock to work or go out there and do something. I said, no. Here is a site that they can take to their company and say, we need protection. And if you need a place to use it, to buy it, you can buy it from right here. But you better buy it to support all your workers because you're going to sit there and put our lives in jeopardy to make your corporate ass $1 billion this year in revenue, and we can't get no part of that, let alone be alive? No. Here is a site. I don't got to tell you a black man's site. He's linked up with this one. That I'm just going to give you the site. United Fight Against Coronavirus.com. Here it go. Bomb. Here goes the information. Bomb. Here goes the protection. Here goes everything. Here goes all the regulations. Here goes all the certifications, all the FDA approvals, all the TC, what they call TC, which is test certification approval, the FEI number, the NEOSH number, showing and proving that it's approved already by third party to come in. I got all that stuff. Yet, it is so hard, so hard to get my black brothers and sisters to see it as a serious sign, a serious situation, and you ain't not the support. Not the support. I made it to make y'all money.